All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the live. First and foremost, make us a peace, positive energy. Understand, remember to leave room in your life for difference. It is our difference which we ultimately use to come together as one and function as one big organism. With that, I say, big up to the self. Welcome to Irie Corner. Join in the live chat. Don't be afraid to comment. Remember to subscribe. We're doing our 5K giveaway. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a PlayStation 5. So make sure you're part of that. All you got to do is subscribe. Tell a family, tell a friend. The more people you know and the more subscription they have, the more chance you have to win or know the winner. However, you guys. But um yes, we're getting our poll set up today. Topic: when a relationship fail, who is responsible, the man or the woman? Give me a chance to get behind this computer here, kickstart everything. I know I missed one day alive. We won't be doing any podcasts on Sundays. We have to take the day to reset and find good topics for you guys so we can have nice conversation. We can really work on what we said we would, and we're just here to have nice socio-economic topics we can discuss and help heal ourselves as society and our whole, just with simple topics, one podcast at a time. Remember to tell us where you're watching from. Let me open up the poll.
This app pays your bills now and you pay back later.
Who is responsible for a relationship ultimately when it ends? That's what we're here to ask. That's the poll we're here to run. And we know we like to give our 2 cents when big up Melody Mods 5759. Big up yourself, my general. Big up yourself. Welcome to the live. I hope you guys having a great day. I hope your week going well so far. We're back at it again. Positive conversation. Hawk, Mark, Wark, what's up? Big up yourself. How's your day going? How is the week going? We have rain down here in North Carolina. Paul Gates 3-5. Big up yourself. Welcome to the live, people. Welcome to the live. We're doing our topic for today. We like to discuss a 30-minute. Our topic in the live is who is responsible when the relationship fail. Big up yourself, Judel. Big up yourself. Wow, go on. Welcome to the live, everybody. So, when a relationship fail, ultimately, who should take the blame, the man or the woman? Remember, tell us where you're watching from. Big up on yourself. I hope you have a great J Dula. Why you said the man? Good point. Why you said the man? Drop. Tell me where you're watching from in the live. I'm running the survey now. Okay. And remember, we do for the moderatorship, we do like 150 rubies, and you get to do the moderator. Just for anybody who want their moderatorship up. So, all right, big topic. I've been thinking about this topic. I search for a good topic that I find interesting. We're gonna help each other. And I think first we have to address the household, how we relate. More successful partner mean more successful family, mean better quality of life for all of us if we just get with bearings right. So you have a relationship, and for whatever reason it is, the relationship comes to an end. Please take our poll. Who do you believe is responsible for it, the man or the woman? We have our poll up. If you could just like to vote. When we get 20 voters, I'll start to give my take on the matter, my 2 cents on the matter. The woman, we have 100% said the woman, but remember to hit me up in the chat, shout out till we get with 20 voters from Vladas. Thanks for the subscription from Vladas. And remember, we're doing Dylan. Why you say the woman, Dylan? Why would you say that the woman is responsible? I'm just asking. When we get ready, when we get to 20 votes, we get to 20 person taking the poll. So 2 person took the poll. 50% say man, 50% say woman. Come talk to me. Hope you guys have a good week. Dylan say the woman, and I guess Dylan is trying to say demons is on them or something like that. We don't know about that, Dylan, but you know, good point. Whosoever, who you think is responsible when the relationship comes to an end? The man or the woman? You understand? I hope these questions can really shine some light on our situation. Tell us where you're watching from. Remember to subscribe. Irie Corner, your Jamaican podcast where we discuss interesting topics and chill, kick back. We're growing a nice little family. Remember, peace and positivity always. Take the poll, people. Remember to take the poll. We love collecting the data. 2 people vote so far. We like to sway the vote, but we like to get up to 20 voters first. The woman dedicates the whole thing. Okay. Would you care to elaborate why you said the woman? Like what responsibility you feel that the woman have in the relationship that would cause everything, no matter what the situation is, once it fails, it's on her. What would make you say that? And as I said, remember to take the vote. We want to see how do society approach these problems. Remember, a relationship is big business. That's what I'm here trying to tell you guys. A relationship isn't all about sex or intimacy alone. How do we eat together? How do we survive together? How we weather these? What decisions we make? We're here to kind of work on the mechanism of the relationship because emergency contact, who you call in trouble. Big up yourself, Mohammed Plays Tree. Big up yourself. Welcome to the live. Peace and positivity. Please take our poll. Our topic for today, I think, is an interesting one. I can't wait to share my views on it. Who you think is responsible for a relationship whenever it stops working? Okay. Where are you guys watching from? Tell me how your week be going. Tell me how your week been going. Or did you have a great day? Are you prep? Are you ready to get back on it tomorrow? Mhm. Come, people, take our poll. Interesting topic. Remember, all relationship are the same. The relationship you have with your partner, the only difference is it's more intimate, more up close, more personal. Understand me? So we ask ourselves, I'm not sure what Mohammed is up to tonight, but talk to me, people. Where are you watching from? Remember to subscribe. Take the poll. We have 4 people voting so far. Blaze, big up yourself, Blaze. Welcome to Iricon at the Jamaican podcast, where we discuss serious social topic that can help us, evolve. And we're asking today when a relationship change, when a relationship fail, who's to be responsible? Who is to be held responsible? The votes are coming in slow, but they are coming in at 40% say men and 60% say women. That's what's up. I know that they say that most divorce is initiated by women, and that is kind of crazy too. Why do you think this is? Um, all right, you know what? Let's jump into it. The votes are coming in, so although I want to give it time. Six, we got six vote and 50% say the men, and 60% say the woman. Okay, so three say and three say. I'm telling you. Remember to subscribe. Once we hit 5,000 subscribe, I'm really excited to do that rally, that giveaway, raffle, that giveaway, and thing like that. Want us to grow our community. People who wanna relax, Irie vibes. Tomorrow, Irie Wednesday, we'll be playing music off YouTube and taking selection. I hope I can have my wife as my co-host tomorrow again, so we can enjoy a fun Irie corner playing music. But remember to take the poll today. Who is responsible for a failed relationship, the man or the woman? Yeah, today Tuesday. I'm just advertising Eric Wednesday for tomorrow, so you guys can call in. The airboy call in, text me, and I'm gonna try to get a next phone line so we can have people call in and just give us their views, so you don't have to do all that texting. Understand me? But these questions are important to our society. If we plan to heal, if we plan to grow, it have to start within our household, within ourselves, with our closest partner, closest family and friends. And one of the different types of women nowadays, if the money done, that it's for you. Well, that's so we'll take that point there. And Dylan 19, he strongly believes that when the relationship fail, it's the woman's fault, and he said that most women are driven by money. He feels like as the money finish, the woman gone. So our friend Dylan said, I mean, relationship end today because women are no longer holding on after the financial aspect of it is over. Question is how much money do you have? And that's true. So we're finding out that the longevity of relationships are being determined today by how much money you guys have. Sugar mamas, big up yourself and welcome, welcome. Oh, sugar mamas, it wasn't me who do the timeout. What I start to do is whosoever give me the ruby, like 150 ruby, I make them become the moderator. So I didn't see who was moderating and what they did, but I'm extremely sorry for that. And welcome back to the live. We have a great topic going on today. I think you would like. It says when a relationship ends, who is responsible, or who's responsible when a relationship fails, the man or the woman? Our friend Dylan was telling us that when the money finish, women tend to disappear, and Jay Dula second that. So we here asking the question, you know what I mean? I know we here looking at it and we say, is financial benefit the only thing that women be sticking around for? Understand me? And if you see that in a woman, how do you protect yourself in that? Come on, people. If I get to at least 10 votes, I can start elaborating my point and who I feel is responsible for a relationship when it fails. We have 50% so far say man, 25% say woman. Continue to take the poll because we're already halfway through with 30-minute session where we discuss the topic. So I guess I'll have to start. But please, if you're just skipping through, just take the poll. It's just off the top of your head. Because we like to get the data so we can, bring up more topic to see how you guys. Okay, I'll talk to the moderator, Sugar Mamas. But we do enjoy your support and stuff like that. I didn't really see who did the moderating, and I think it increased engagement and creativity for the channel. You know, when the mod do their contribution and get to participate like that. But I'll remember to tell them if they time out anybody unreasonably, we'll have to take moderator from them. But remember to take the live, Sugar Mama. Remember peace and positivity, no negativity. We didn't say what went down because I'm trying to keep focus on the topic, gather the data, and create that nice, warm ambience, and share some information. Okay, so we're 15 minutes in, let's get to it. Who is responsible when the relationship fail? Well, we like to put it in simpler context, right? So who is responsible when the ship sinks? If if Walmart, if you invest stocks in a company tomorrow and the company crash, who inevitably is to be blamed? The CEO. Now, if you as a man, no matter what, even if the woman come to you and she approach you for the relationship, it is your job to ultimately see the success of your relationship and see the success of your family. It is your job as a CEO, as a man, as the head of your fiefdom, a young lord. When you buy a piece of land, they're title you as a lord. You are a lord of your land. You understand me? It doesn't matter what a woman do. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm the head of the house and I'm the man," and then because if woman is filing divorce, that means she's a disgruntled employee. Every business, almost even the US every government, every business, every institution duty is to make a financial return. So is that if as a bomba clad Samora the gentle bunny. So if as a man you're feeling to check with your female, check the temperature of the relationship. If as a man you feel to assess and see where it is, and Dilton, as I say, if the money run out, she get upset. If the money run out, you feel. Because there should be a threshold where you start talking to her like, look, we cannot spend more than we have, and we have to make more. You cannot sit down and watch the relationship crash and then go in the corner and hate her for it. You have to be a man. You have to come forward. You have to sit down at the helm of your relationship, of even your job. You can't go to work and make your boss tell you to do stupid stuff. You understand me? Respect, Blake, respect. But I really want to make the point because, as I say, most podcasts nowadays is starting just like a between man and woman. I say, you the captain of the ship. You is the CEO, the provider, and the protector. And this isn't just a title. As I say, a woman is made to be crazy because inner insanity protects the baby, and a man must be logical because they're supposed to work the material and nature around you to provide. So again, if the relationship failed, then you have failed as a man, as an employer, as a boss, as a king, as a everything. Your job is to make sure your employee is with it. Your job is also to hire a good employee. So if before the relationship start, you seeing the red flag in this female, you feel like she's expensive, you feel like her modus operandi in life is to get pretty and spend money, why bring her on? Or is she beneficial to your new institution that you're me, you, and the baby? Land, house, animal, cars, vacation. You have to grow these things from simple conversation. And based on these conversation, you should know whether she's a worthy employee, whether she have vision for your enterprise, whether you understand, no matter what she do. All if she go fuck your brother. I'm sorry. You are responsible as a man to check the temperature of your business. You just take her out to eat. Honey, how was our intercourse last night? What is there anything missing? Is there anything we can compromise on? That's your job. It isn't to get dressed and run around and go on like a fool or to use your partner as figure to, oh, I got a pretty girl and she did this for me and she. That's not the goal. The goal is to relate. Yes, I believe in God. Nafish, F Nafish. And that's what I'm saying. If the Bible say you are the head of your house, if the Bible say you are in control, then how can you blame your wife or your spouse eventually when the relationship fail? Because in the good book, when Eve went and ate the fruit, God expelled Adam too. He couldn't went and blame her and say, oh, she eat the fruit first. You understand me? So what we're saying in these podcasts is it's not you versus she, it's a together thing. And if you claim to be a man, and if you are going to say you want to be a head of household and you want your wife to protect you, you have to lead. And leading is hard. Leading is being wrong most of the time. You believe if society, if the government came out and really did what we really need, not what we want, we would have even eat them more than we eat them now. You understand me? Who's responsible when a relationship fail? The man or the woman? We have 10 votes and 60% say the man and 40% say the woman. As we say, a man is deemed the head of the household. A man supposed to provide, and that he should. As a provider, you have to be good at accounting. So you can't be a man and running a household and don't know how much coming in and how much going out at a month time. This is the base, this is the emphasis of strong relationship, strong household, strong family. You understand me? When you're in a house together, let's visualize the house of a ship as a ship. You have to make sure the pantry has food in there. You have to make sure there is heat. You have to make sure there is recreational activity. As a man, you can't just get up and do bare minimum. Say, hey, I pay the bills and she should be happy. Right? No, at the end of the day, if you seek a partner, you have to come to terms with their demands too. Just like as a man, you demand her to respect you, look after the children, them look after the household, help you in what you do. So too, as a man, you have to have creative ideas for her. You understand me? You have to have vision for the family. You have to know which part to walk down. You understand me? How much time as a man do you get up and you go and just check the overall price and things in America? You can't afford the vacation, but you go and just see the price for it and things like that. You understand me? It's not as fancy as it seems, people. It's hard work. It's ugly. That is why society try to delude us with all type of, advertisement and movie to make you think that being a father is just spending or being a father is just some weird vacation and thing like that. Big up yourself, Mini Nil Jim. Nilly Nil Jim say he like big woman. Understand me? You say like fluffy divas. So big up to all the big women them out there and thing. See my friend Minnie NY Jim. You can hit him up if you're a big woman. He say you like big woman and thing like that. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. You cannot want the crown, and when you get the crown and you don't want to take responsibility. It no matter what she do. If she said the relationship over, then ultimately you have failed as a man. Kevin Ed, fire, and you're getting kicked, get put in timeout. We're talking about relationship here. Get with the topic, Kevin. Get with the topic. So, as I said, my view on it is it does a woman can do no wrong. I promise you that. You are a man. If you was running an army, you would have to get other men to work underneath you, and you'd have to bring them to understand stuff, and you'd have to pay them, and you'd big up yourself. N2 Jesus forever. That's what's up. Tell him I said big up. Wagwan. We are talking about who is responsible when a relationship fail, and my views over here in Irie Corner is that a man is the head. He is responsible no matter what it is. Because from the moment he chooses a woman, his job as a leader starts. You understand me? All right, respect, respect. So the moment he chooses even in choosing a woman, that is a sign of good leadership. You got to get equipment for your business. You got to hire employee for your business. How do you determine good employees, good equipment? Uh, Business came after all of these things and they slap labels on it. Okay. So if you're a man, if you're in a relationship and it looks shaky now, get that shit together. Organize that shit. Ask yourself where is this relationship going? What do you want out a relationship? If you want sex alone, I'm sorry to tell you, you don't need relationship for sex. Go to the nightclub, you know. I'm sure there are other social interactions out there. Bayo BC6529. Big up yourself, Bayo. Any roaches on your wall, big them up too. You hear that? Big up yourself. But take our poll while you're at it. Who's responsible for the relationship when it fail, or when a relationship fail, who's responsible? As I say, a woman can do no wrong in a relationship. You're a man, you're a leader, you're by yourself. At the end of the day, your goal is to find a woman, some children, carve out a piece of land, you know, propagate life. And if at the beginning of that you fail to identify a suitable partner, and even if you find a suitable partner, you get into the relationship, you don't create enough leisure time, you don't create enough itinerary, you don't create enough vision, then you are at fault, my brother. You understand me? A woman filing a divorce is just like a disgruntled employee filing with HR, the complaint department. The delusion we take upon ourselves. Even if you leave, I say most men take it to make it a practice and be seeking sympathy, like, oh, I left to go to work and she cheated on me. Do you own the business? If you own the business, you and your wife supposed to be running the business together. Much like in the days when you're watching the cowboy movie and on the homestead, Bethy Jane inside making butter while he's outside tilling the farm. And any business, any shape the business take, it's the same type of relationship. You know, husband run one part, wife run one part. You cannot abandon your family to go and make a next man richer, to make somebody else sleep better in their bed. And when your wife become disgruntled and tired of it, you say it's her fault. You understand me? You can't crave for more. You go abandon your wife and children in the bed to go offshore, go and drill oil so the man can live in a mansion with his wife and children them of your blood and sweat and tears, and say he's an oil tycoon with $100 million yacht while your wife at home without you. And then if she divorces, she's wrong. They're gonna tell you that the woman is wrong. And I tell you, they divide us and have us playing this back and forth game. We have to define it and say what it is. If a man say he want respect, if you the head of the household, your job is to keep your family together. Your job is to protect your family, not make a next man rich. You only leave your house and family when collaborating, when working is for the greater good of the community. So we are all neighbors and we have a farm, right? But a tree blocked the road to get to our side of the village. Now you leave. Now you join a company of men and wanna go and cut up log and cut up wood because it gonna clear the way so your family have a part to go down. If this analogy can make sense to you, you have the higher reasoning that I'm saying. No job is supposed to be that valuable that you leave your children them for so long, your wife and children, and tell yourself that she's supposed to sit there. They're supposed to wait on you and she wrong if she leave. You're as a man, you're supposed to teach her that wants and needs are two different things. You understand? Having a roof over your head, having one car. One of the things I notice around, I drive a lot around America, I do delivery, and one of the things I notice is most driveway having 2 to 3 cars. Why do one household need more than one car? Why we can't work together and make it better? Or are we fighting pollution when we selling cars like this same way? You understand me? Vacation, Christmas, holiday, all these things. mm, just wanting vanity and avoiding and neglecting the need of your partner's soul. And it's just like when children suffer from anxiety attack when you bring them to daycare for the first day. It's the same way we suffer the anxiety attack when we separate from we partner every day. And that is why co-workers be at work fucking like rabbits and creating new bond. Because Bombo Clark Tyson J, big up yourself and respect for the party hat and take our survey and subscribe for a chance to win. But as I'm saying, over here in Irie Corner, I hope we can shed some light into your day. It should never be man versus woman, it's us versus them. If every relationship accept this concept and every relationship stand firm, then when corporate America come through to divide and conquer and feed off our emotions like Dracula, we can stand firm and check each other. Men, you cannot be leaders and followers at the same time. If you're in charge of the relationship, they might go down to which place gonna sign divorce paper. Talk to me. This is a really, there's nothing out there. My wife feel like she want honey. There is nothing out there. These men have nothing to offer. How can I make you happier in this relationship? What is it you seek? And not because you're supposed to negotiate, meaning if she asks for something, as if she asks for something ridiculous, you as a man, as I say, you have to be an employer. You have to have charisma. You understand me? So she said, no boy, she want a handbag for $2,000, $3,000. You have to say, here what on you. With that $2,000, $3,000, we can invest a certain amount, take a nice vacation, and I get you a bag for 500. Is that cool? Work on your negotiating skills and remember all relationship are the same. The relationship you have with your boss or your client. It's the same thing at home. Your children and family need service from you that you have to provide for them. And getting high off your own supply applies to time too. If you have to sell your time as a father, husband to the client to bring in the money, the children there and the wife can't really consume it. You still have to understand that, hey, you understand me? Leadership is a lot. They don't teach leadership anymore because they want you to rely on them. Again, who's responsible for the relationship when it fails? The woman cannot be responsible. You are in charge. You're supposed to be a protector. You're supposed to be a provider. You're a father. You're a judge. Uh, you understand me? You have to oversee everything. So strengthen up, understand what we're talking about, and who we eat with 30 minutes. As I said, this is such a powerful topic. We did it with ease. I'm tired of seeing these other podcasts. I hope I can grow to bring in other people to give us live feedback in the studio and stuff like that. But remember, men, a woman cannot be responsible because your job is managing your family, managing the resources, for it is written God made Adam and placed him as steward over the earth to look after the animal, to multiply and become many. So just know, take our poll. Remember to subscribe. It's that part where which is that time of the live where we go to the Jamaica news, see what's going on in Jamaica. And I like to give a little rant, a post recording. After the recording, one day people might see this. And again, I urge the politicians of Jamaica that if Even if you is a crook, you cannot steal out of an empty chest. You have to build up the country to have something to take. I'm ashamed of myself because I do a lot of financial studies, and I'm ashamed of myself when I see African leaders, even if they're selling out their nation, they have Rolls Royce and nice. They're buying Jamaica for free. You understand? Tell Andrew that they need to give him a Rolls Royce. They can't be just selling shit out and not getting nothing, bro. Come on, man. How you want us to be happy if nobody not winning? Mm? I'm telling you, it's a small island. You have council, they break it up into parish council and uh, like, let's get to the Jamaican news. I'm telling you. Big up yourself, tell us where you're watching from. Time for the Jamaican word of the day. The last Jamaican word we say gwe. You understand me? If somebody do something you don't like, tell them gwe. Lift up. Uh-huh. And then the word of today is cantankerous. Uh-huh. It's an English term, but Jamaicans like to use it. Uh-huh. Um, I guess in America they would say messy. If a person is messy, they are cantankerous, like to stir the pot, cause a lot of drama, a lot of that. But anyway, let's see how Jamaica is recouping in the news. Our little 30-second podcast. Remember to subscribe if you're watching us post live. We try to be on live every day between 7 and 9, 6 and 9 p.m. and thing like that. We're not gonna be on live Sundays. We try to find good topics. Remember to take the poll, our census on the poll first. The question we ask on the poll is who should be blamed for a failed relationship, man or woman? And our feedback, our reply to that is a man, of course. A woman can do no wrong. If the way they explain it to me, they say man is the head of the house, the man is the leader. As a good leader, you're responsible to keep your employees fulfilled and, you understand me, interested in the task at hand. You have to keep your wife happy. You have to provide what you say you're going to provide or let her understand where you're coming from. If you can't do that, then you are failed as a leader. Okay, let's hit the gleaner for some Jamaican news. St. Anne's Bay football team, congratulations. Port Rich all year in proceeding power bill increase as customer fuels outrage. It is crazy too that electricity, they still use old tactics to keep the Jamaican population poor. High electricity bill with one monopoly on the island, which is wrong. They need to divide it into two to give competition and competition. That's what I'm telling the Jamaican leaders. If you have two powerhouse to tax, come on, man. We gotta kind of a little bit more for us. Jamaica don't have a dollar disaster it, and then they're going to get billions of dollars, bro. They're going to take. You have to pay that, but nobody give anything away for free. We really need a plan. Jamaica need a major investment plan. hmm I'm not seeing any good news. Park Lane on edge after 50-year-old woman gunned down. I saw that on the news this morning. I reckon everybody we're checking out the Jamaican news. Police arrest three individual of the municipal corporation said they misappropriate funds in Jamaica. Mhm. JDF engineer to assist with rebuilding a camp. I don't know. As I say, Jamaican politicians all just get up and smile and take picture that don't make a frig of sense, man. Mm. Submachine guns found. Car dealer charged after gun attack. But it's not fair for me to talk as a Jamaican citizen. I've left like years ago. But as I say, I study things that I thought would help the country, and it came to realization that nobody is poor. We just make poor financial decisions in life. You understand me? Unfortunately, the higher the wealthier people of every nation, Africa, the Congos, United States, any nation, will choose greed over a better country. I always admire countries like, even though they are barbaric and evil and shape the world we live in today. I admire Finland, Amsterdam, Dutch, Ireland, Greenland. You understand me? You never hear these people with the type of things as capitalism. The Western world is doomed to fail if we only live for profit. You understand me? Because life is just for living. One of the things that are always based on looking at Jamaica news and seeing that they really don't focus on infrastructure and integrity. I'm in transport myself and it would hurt me bad. But why don't America have an intercontinental railway? I always think about that maglev railway. It shouldn't take in 2025. It shouldn't take 8-10 hours to leave from North Carolina to New York. Mm. But we the people have to prioritize, you know. So legal battle erupts over compensation for a man in prison for 50 years in Jamaica without trial. They took 50 years of this man's life and don't even have the money to pay him for it. Mm. I'm 30 and I've seen a few politicians in my days, man. And I'm telling you, I thought Siaga, I thought not PJ, I thought Bruce Golden was. This guy made me have so much respect for Bruce Golden. It not even, it's crazy, man. Big up yourself, Tisky Fiddler. We're here looking at the Jamaican news and it's crazy. The whole island blow down, and I'm telling you, it's the first Jamaica ever see a disaster of this magnitude, and I think you would have to set up an independent body to really angle the disaster. You'd have to build a bigger machine now, and the machine we're talking about is of like political leaders have to arrange themselves, both JLP and PMP would have to be like, okay, we have to put away party difference because this is a disaster. And each representative approach and see the oversee the development of their constituency. And we have to emphasize better engineering, land use, you know. There need to be some type of surveying campaign, redesignation of housing, farming, zoning. There's so much to be done for Jamaica to really reach a place where they don't murder you before you turn fucking 20. I'm sorry. God, escaping Jamaica was like Snake Plissken escaping LA, if you ever see the movie. 14-year-old boy killed in a car crash in Clarendon. Man, I was in Jamaica the other day, and good Jesus, man. I'm telling you. That shit like the Wild Wild West, same way. The only thing Jamaica get is more technology and stuff they don't need. One of the things that's going to be Jamaica downfall is everybody want to own a car. You cannot. Everybody cannot own a car in Jamaica. Jamaica is too small. You understand me? Noise pollution, emission, traffic jam, all of that. We're supposed to be. The future isn't car. The future isn't having a specific brand. I didn't know that Jim Carrey was playing Ziggy Marley. I mean, if he's playing Ziggy Marley, I'm sure Jim Carrey is coming from a comedic side and nothing race felt or anything like that. He's an artist of high mastery. He know what he's doing. But that's pretty dope. I'm off to look up if that's true or if Slip removes Kate just giving me the business. Oh, two men arrested after suspected cocaine seized in St. Mary. See what I'm saying? The stupidity, church unity to us. You know what's one of the next things I'm telling Andrew Holness, like if you're really robbing the pot, you have to rob it properly. You understand me? The Jamaica of the coast. You can do fishing off coast, keep boat yacht race. You got to get the rich and the wealthy in Jamaica, man, and tax the fuck out of them. Yeah, God, sometime I think I wanna go home and be a politician. Die behind this shit. You feel me? It's just wasting this life. It's crazy. Irie corner people. Peace and positivity. Leave room in your life for difference. Understand me? And big up everybody. Where you watching from? We're checking out the Jamaican news. Truck driver shot in Portland. Uh-huh. Minor earthquake felt in St. Elizabeth. Mhm. We the people, Mr. Prime Minister. We the people. That's how you make the money. Mm. I'm looking through the Jamaica news. As I said, there's no great breakthrough. There's no great development. There's 19 years I spent on the island, and JPS been effing the people them through light bill. And 13 years off the island, and JPS is still the only provider of electricity, collecting tax money from one individual when you can collect from two, three. Uh, Competition is good, even if it's fake competition. Uh, you know what they do over here? Like we have 25 different streaming services and only two company really own them. And that's, but the competition is good. Even if it's owned by one person, you still get to tax it separately. Different source of revenue. You flip the business, you take off the top and you put back into the business. Come on, man. I want to see one great like legacy too. If I become prime minister of Jamaica, I really would like to leave legacy. Tomorrow is Irie Wednesday. Tomorrow we play music and stuff like that. Today take the poll. We're just here chilling. We soon do shout out. Of course, solar power. That's what I'm saying, man. You don't even need a next power company. If you have a large government back solar, so the government promote them, give them tax shelter, and tell them to, go down and sell it to the people them at a cheap rate. And JPS keep powering the government and bigger factories and stuff like that. Competition is good, even if it's you alone. I'm telling the prime minister you can leave legacy and be a wealthy man if you really stand up for it, bro. You can't just be weak and make them. As I say, everybody got a Range Rover or a Rolls Royce. The Prime Minister of Jamaica ain't got a decent vehicle. Where is the love from other nation? Where is your legacy? Uh, where is PJ Patterson children? No, all of the politicians them before you, bro, they full their stomach and curse fall on them because the children get to go nowhere. Where am I going to eat it if I'm going to dry up and drop off the limb? You feel me? Leave some legacy, man. You can do more. Some great idea, some great program. The amount of collision, three vehicle collide in St. Andrew. It's just the pride of Jamaica. You buy a car so you feel like a great, and you have to fly down the road. Everybody have to see you in your car, and you. I'm telling you, why buy a machine when you can buy a cow and goat and watch them? I'm seeing the trend. I'm watching the news, and it seems like they caught a police stealing goat the other day in Jamaica. Police officer. So with his paycheck, he went and bought a gun and a car to go and steal the people them goat. When he could have bought a goat, protect the goat, then buy the gun and the car. You understand me? I'm telling you, man. Even if you're gonna be evil, you can do it with some sense. It's the stupidity in it that really hurt. Because I want to tell you some of the most productive thing in society today were conceived by evil men. And it's like the airplane. The airplane was not designed to carry people. The airplane is an instrument of murder to deliver the enemy, to deliver your soldiers to the enemy door. But they found a way afterwards to repurpose it. Mm. What I'm saying is Jamaica need a new era of thinkers. You know what I mean? New policy, a new way of life. It doesn't stop making us Jamaican. It's the one love, it's the unity that makes us Jamaican. And it's the vibe. Mm? A few different policy not gonna change the world. Yeah, disaster struck in Jamaica, right? And they're walking up and down, everybody giving out, and there was no real plan to get the schools back on because if there's a gap in education, society collapse. There'll be no one to man the machine. So the first thing should have been clearing the road to school so the children they can be in school safely while Jamaica recuperate. The schools were supposed to be soup centers. The schools were supposed to be distribution points for resources, more organized. A few people just yes we do, yes we do. But as I say, I think what's kind of defeating Jamaica too is that we need to kind of send with prime minister them abroad to learn. Where is the education exchange program? You know, five doctors go to Germany, learn something new, come back to Jamaica and help teach us to get a better way of life. As I say, our business. I learned this in Jamaica, business management and a flow chart. I said the island blow down flat, so we are going to organize it. Let's use the schools, the police station, and the church as resource drop point. Everybody show up with one little black bag or a few stuff in the back. Let's all pool into one pool and make a sensible push towards bettering Jamaica. We'll have soup on Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll have clothes drive on Thursdays. We'll keep. You understand me? It's not that hard, man. I say I worked on a horse farm before. So organized, so well run. Yeah, and even I've had friends that are educated, but they don't really want to face serious topic. You understand me? Nobody wants to take because it's a hard job to sit down and think, how do I help these people, even when they don't want to help themselves? You understand me? But well, and what we're missing too is example. We have to lead by example. None of us, I've not seen one Jamaican politician who is morally upstanding. We have to try. To be honest though, Andrew Holness, I really liked him when he was young. Right before Bruce Golden went away. That's why he became the prime minister. He had the last glimmer of hope left. And I disappeared for a few years and came back and the devil ate the man's soul to blood clot. He was the minister of education if I wasn't lying. You understand me?
I
And it just smooth. It can be smooth, bro. There's enough to make the people they live a little bit better and still you can lie in your pocket. I'm not saying you have to stop stealing for now. I'm just saying give it time. Invest in the people them. Mm? See the Jamaican bobsledge team need $100,000 to keep the team together. I mean, but to be honest, there is no power in Jamaica quantum Matty, because that's the next thing too. He's not the chief of staff, so it's not like he can go and mobilize the Jamaican army. And this is something I've never seen from no Jamaican politician. Why is there never a push where the prime minister get up and put on his vest and stuff and really go out there and tackle crime with the police force? Why is it never a policy? You know, as I say, I've seen a farm before, and I know a farm, and Jamaica is a farm. Use Jamaica as a farm. The conditions I mean, the condition let us be strong, cause pressure make diamonds. But we don't. That's last. That's yesteryear. That's Cold War era Jamaica. We need a new Jamaica. I'll be looking at Singapore because I'm deep into engineering. I'm looking at Singapore and what they grow from. And when will we hit our growth spurt? Because we can still, put infrastructure better. They build the roads, them, they're not supposed to be so big either. It's an island. We didn't need to build bigger roads. We just need to fix our train line and have more government transport. That's all we needed. And the only way to hold them accountable, as I say, is to make good. We have to make good candidate quantum. Jamaica, we have to start making good candidate. We have to have young junior programs. We kind of have to focus on the school. The school is the answer for a better Jamaica. It's the only way. If I had the chance, I'd like to put in a stock trading club in the schools, engineering clubs, electrical engineering clubs, mechanical engineering, boat building clubs. I'm like, why isn't Jamaica selling a couple of these $100 million yachts? Jamaica should be a destination where rich, wealthy people come and pick up the yachts. You feel me? I know we have that marine class going on, but we got a bill. It's not the country need to change. As I said, the world is beautiful. Democracy is a great idea. We as the people, we need to not be so lazy. You understand me? As I say, in any society, the rich and the wealthy always take the chance to get richer and wealthier by abusing the poor or by destabilizing a society. No, skip I grew up as a Jehovah Witness and stuff like that, Can't help the nation. I can only tell you not to come to the senses, I can tell you that there is more power. As I expressed in my last live, it hurt me. It hurt me when I see a Jamaican shoot an ex-Jamaican. I say manpower is expensive. If you stop, that is why we are poor. Because we value nothing. So how we gonna have value? If you don't value your own brother life, bro, how will your life have value? How will you get somewhere as a nation? Huh? Understand me? The only thing Jamaica ever had is Rastafarism. And what did Rasta say? Leave technology alone. You understand me? And walk the earth, and we could have found we sell from then. But Bob Marley already talked to us, our prophet already come and gone. I'm just here to remind you what they say. Money is not the problem, it's the heart and mind of men. You understand me? How can you want to get more in your bank account and more money and you know that the kid down the road don't have anything? Do you know how easy it is to create an infrastructure that grows and generate wealth and bring back return? Uh, do you know how easy it is to set up a system where the social security, Jamaica want to adapt everything that's bad. Why haven't we created a social security in our system? Because when I come to understand social security, it's as simple as this. The children, the people who are working now, they put away some money, right? Or they build things for the children coming up. So we could have put away in our social security tax in Jamaica. And the government take the social security money and he build a railway. And when the tourists they come, the railway generate revenue. And so when the working class retire, they have a little bit in their pocket, and so you don't have to steal and you don't have to be in the market in the dirt trying to survive. Simple. It's a simple mechanism. It's simple. But the crown of England, they don't want free people in the Caribbean. Jamaica, we are prisoners from the Ashanti wars, man. You would have kept the nice slaves them in Africa, and you bring the mean gorillas like me and you, my general. You bring the real rebels, because we're strong no matter what. Jamaica is like a beautiful rose plant that even when it dry, you can see the beauty in it, but it hurt. We just need a little bit of water, a little bit of light to grow. You understand me? And to do that, we really have to focus on what is real. It is 2025 Jamaica. 2025, and if there's no real solid structure in the government, if the way there was, I saw on the news where there was this man, he got into the police force, kept upranking himself. Who controls the beast? Who oversee the police force and ensure discipline and proper behavior? You know what gonna happen? One of these billionaire children gonna come to Jamaica, and one of these police take it up on themselves and shoot them, and they gonna burn the island down to teach them a lesson, because you have to have discipline. And if you're a police in Jamaica, you represent police everywhere. And eventually, you're gonna make it look bad to where international powers going to come in and draw the belt on you. You understand me? You have to conduct yourself with a little bit of decorum, a little bit of decency. That's all it needs to make the world work. But I'm at my 1 hour. I keep looking at the Jamaican news, looking for something worthy to report. Look, they're playing the same old game. PJ and Siaga play. Manley and Buster play. Few little tricks. The pictures they look so empty. Everybody looking busy in the picture and nothing getting done. Real policies. Real policy. Do you know that I often vision a thermal plant for Jamaica where you carry the trash and the rubbish and you burn it inside the building and you capture the energy to power the country. I grew up off a walk miles with water. Water don't run for days. You know what I noticed when the rain fell the other day? That new rivers, that rivers and streams starting to flow back again, which tell me that the British government and Jamaica government probably stopped the water flow to keep us fucking poor and miserable in the country and the island. You understand me? So much fresh water, and I grew up without water. Not one decent central pump, not one decent hydraulic pump. Jamaica, I'm telling you no, not for wake up. The internet is there. Type in hydroelectricity, type in renewable energy, and see what we're missing, man. Transport, you don't need a Benz in Jamaica. That's German. You don't need a Toyota that's Japanese. You need Jamaican transport, a Jamaican railway. The JUTC need more bus stops across the country. The country can be connected by proper transport to circulate us, the people, like blood around the island to be rejuvenated and empowered. You understand me? I got to go Jamaica. I hope my speech can help when I ask the right question. Good night, the Nigeria nightmare. It's not time for that. Even your country is in turmoil. Understand me? Once again, they trigger the greed in us to disregard our brother need, to disregard our children. And again, it's easy for you to eat and survive and leave your children them in a mess. And we tend to do that very often for my people. As I say, I've seen more crooked politics. I'm from Clarendon, man. I've seen more dons, more politicians, more. One day I stand up and saw Skengdan with my own eye. One that 52 bikes and Bustamante Highway, 52 bike when the boss coming through. You understand me? I know what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is different policy. Business is the aim of the game. Real estate is the aim of the game. A while ago, the storm, I'm telling you, Jamaica, y'all didn't lose anything. The storm blew up, we didn't lose. And there's not one vital structure, there's not no mega structure that we use to feed ourselves that it destroyed. Nothing. Understand me? $62 billion they said they're gonna lend you. You take that 62 billion and you get some engineer and you survey the land. There was one point in Jamaica history where I think Fidel Castro was urging Manley to farm the flat part of the country and live on the land. Do the same. But farming not gonna work. They got a lot of greenhouses and super 3D tech. Even if you farm it, you really need to put up more resources. Jamaica, the only real commodity left in the 21st century is tourism, and we're already there. That's why the storm hit. Dubai spent trillions of dollars just trying to get the type of fame Jamaican have. We are marketable, self-marketable. We can have fish farm off the coast of Jamaica. 250 young men wake up every day to go on, off the coast, go and grow the fish them and stuff like that. Boating club, yachting club. We the people. I'm not talking about foreign investors and stuff like that. Things that we have to put with time and with self in. If it's even to start by crafting little dinghies that offer ride when they just like how the rafting and the bamboo. Uh, you have the people them. So the rafters they're down there in Black River and they build their raft and they raft on the water and tourists go down there, right? And instead of the Jamaican government go down there and put down pavings, give the rafters them somewhere to dock, offer them uniform, offer them a real solution to their job, and then tax them. You feel me? You know what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna fly down, somebody gonna pay a little bit of money, move them away, and come in with some the floaty thing is them because most resort do them like that. So they're gonna take all the rafts off Black River and start doing like boat tours and float raft and stuff like 60 billion is a different Jamaica. And if Jamaica getting money from people, money coming in to fix the country, but there is no plans, there is no hey, we're gonna build some factories along Old Oak Road or that means they have their plan, they have a building, they have the CAD file somewhere with all the drawings. they're gonna have they're gonna have all the drawings already discussed what they plan to do with Jamaica. And they're gonna push you guys back further into poverty if As I say, I try to think like them. And as a developer, I would come down to Jamaica. I would build a couple of high-rise buildings and put the poor in it. Then I would build a couple community complex for the middle class. And then me and the rich and the wealthy, we take all the coastline and we build beautiful structure that we don't allow the poor people to come and get any of. Because fuck no. You understand me? But as I said, Jamaica, I hope we find peace. And that's my last time talking about Jamaica. As I say, I can't save one. I can't save one, but I keep trying to look for something worthy in the news to report. Jamaica plan to bring in a new train. Jamaica, finally plan to close the system. How do tourists travel around Jamaica with the GPS system and the terrible road collision? Because I say the only future there is computer doing everything, computer driving cars. The only future there is tourism, and Jamaica is already at the far forefront. We have to hold on tight. We have to double down on our investment. We have to get creative. We have to make policy, not even policy. We don't think we're ready to make policy as a nation yet. I think we still need to cultivate ourselves. We need to pour into some young children honesty and integrity, selflessness over everything, the code before anything. We, the people. And when you create that beautiful generation, you understand me? You let them lead. You understand? But until then, Jamaica wanna stay strong a year. 160 to 1. You don't want to know how poor you are. 160 to 1. I'm sorry I have to get on such a serious rant because I don't like touching real topics, but I cry, man. I cry because I have family member who I can't help. And Jamaica, nobody can help you but yourself. Mm. You have to want more to get more. Government explore the use of idle port containers for Hurricane Melissa housing. If it wasn't a good, so why was the container there down there idle when poor people could have been? Container houses are a big thing in America. They could have you put together these container housing and offer affordable housing for Jamaicans to reduce crime and violence. Join me at Irie Corner. And I'm just talking, I'm not here to change anything. I cannot change anything. I will not do anything. I'm just here to ask the question and spread positivity. Because you have to fight to stay positive. You can't make darkness consume you. I say it's 2026 next year. 2026. They have holograms, hologram billboard in Japan and China, vending machine with warm food inside of them, maglev bullet train that can get you across the continent, iPhones and technology, or VR technology. We don't have to keep up with them. All I'm saying is that we're supposed to have a better quality of life by now. A better quality of life. It doesn't mean fast car and clothes, people. It means transportation and food to eat, you know, providing proper jobs. Long time I haven't even heard people talk about job provision in Jamaica. What's the goal now? Uh, just as a people, it's always fun to stop by with you guys and sometimes vent my frustration. I've waited years for Jamaica to grow. I know we can grow into a beautiful economy. Not a, we are always a beautiful country and we are always a beautiful people. But I know we have a chance to blossom and bloom into a great economy because Jamaican people are so hardworking and dedicated that when we find the chore, when we find that job that can get us, and I'm telling you, it's entertainment and tourism. You understand me? And I guess this is a good thing. If your house blow down, rebuild it with the chance to Airbnb. Rebuild it as a business. Let's try to collect the tourism market and the micro industry. See if we can get the tourists them to leave the North Coast and come inside the island. You understand me? And see what it's all about. You feel me? As I say, people, I'm trying to go, but maybe I'll never be in this mood again to speak to Jamaica and tell you the most valuable piece of real estate. I said Dubai, they had to spend years dumping up the sea to get the island that they want. Tropic, beautiful mountain peak, good coffee, strong rum, beautiful people. We can capitalize off these things. Everybody don't have to be poor. Uh, but big up on yourself, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Irie Wednesday. You write us, tell us which song you want to hear, and we play it on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Boom. I'm out.